We're with Ray Robson, one of the early leaders in this event, but not to be. Ray, you got the black pieces against Wesley, so in the last round, the only chance is to win. No one wants that tall order. What were your thoughts coming into the round? And then, as far as the opening was concerned, the way the game transpired?
Yeah, no, I didn't really come into it as like, this is my chance. This is like, you know, I have a good chance to win or anything. I just tried to play normally. I mean, I think for first place, my chances were really obviously in the game with Fabi. I needed to not lose that game. I shouldn't have ever lost that game. And then I had two whites near the end against Bruzone and John Burke. Decent chance to at least get one win there. I wasn't able to get a win in either of those two games, so I thought those are my real chances. This game against Wesley, yeah, I just played normally. He played super solid line. There was really not anything I could do in terms of trying to fight for a win.
In terms of the preparation, we saw you think for about 20 minutes on the move Bishop B7. Was this still part of your prep, or were you trying to remember what to do?
Yeah, I just got very confused because I wanted to play the line that we got in the game, but there's different move orders, so I didn't have to like take on C4 and move 7. I could play, let's say, B6 first. So just during the game when I was thinking about Bishop B7, when I played it, I just suddenly became very concerned, like what if he goes Rook C1? Yeah, Bishop B7, what if Rook C1, he just tries to take my pawn, and then let's say H6, Bishop takes F6, Queen takes F6, Queen takes C7, Bishop takes F3, E takes F3, Queen takes D4, and just like visually I was very worried at first, so I didn't really consider this line too much because just I can't develop my queenside pieces. So if he even just develops, it seems like I just lose. But then later I realized that probably concretely it's just working, because let's say I'm going to take on B2. Let's say he plays Bishop E2, Queen takes B2, and not only is my queen always tying his queen down by hitting his rook on C1, but also I'm preventing him from castling because I hit the bishop on E2. Like if he could just castle safely here, even though I'm up a pawn, didn't see how I'm developing. But yeah, I realized eventually that this seems to be working out. So yeah, I thought maybe I'd messed up the move order, but I think I hadn't, but I just had to see this line.
So then, given that, you were prepared the rest of the way. You seem to be moving very quickly.
Yeah, so yeah, then it transfers into stuff that I kind of remembered. Yeah, H6, Wesley had a game, I think, against Magnus where he took on D7, took on F6, and he played this novelty like D5, I think.
That's exactly right.
And I believe he even won that game.
That was a draw.
Oh, he drew. Maybe he was better, though. But yeah, this is an interesting line. But okay, he played Bishop H4 in the main line. And yeah, then he went F3, which is not the most common, I don't think. But if I remember right, there was a game between Bogdan Diac versus Gelfand, which I think I followed with knight takes and Queen E7. Here I think he played Queen D6. And then Queen takes D6, Rook takes D6, and Black should be fine. I remember one of the ideas Black could play here, which should be equal, is Knight D5. Idea of E4, we play Knight E3, and the bishop has to protect G2, so we'll take off that bishop and should be a draw. So in the game he played E4, which I didn't know, but I mean there was really no risk for me. It seemed like I had this simple idea, bring the rook to C5, and if he moves the queen back, I have G5, which could actually be dangerous for him. So I don't think he's ever able to maintain his two bishops here.
All right, so your assessment overall of this championship, you're a veteran of these now, having played in many these campaigns. I'm sure you are not thrilled that you had a great chance from the beginning, but were not able to deliver.
Yeah, well, mostly I'm disappointed in the Fabi game. I mean, that was really, really heartbreaking game, and I was very, very upset with a couple of my decisions there because basically I had the game drawn. I mean, if I played one move differently in the early middle game, which I had planned to from the start, I don't think he could do anything there. In the game, he got some chance to at least push. And obviously, it's hard to defend for a long time. But yeah, otherwise, it was all right. I think I didn't play like amazingly. I just played my normal level. Yeah, it's super tough tournament. Like everyone is really well prepared and obviously very strong. So I don't know. You could say maybe everyone is like all the top guys were not playing their best, but I think just also the competition is really difficult. Even the few people who might be targeted, I mean they did lose a couple games, but in general they're still very, very solid. So yeah, I think it was just a very strong event. I'm really happy I got the chance to play, and definitely a lot to learn.
That's my question for you. Next question. What's the lesson? What's the takeaway? How do you improve so that you can come back stronger next year?
I think there's lots of different things. I mean, one of the things that I think separates the top guys is they're just so, I mean, everyone's well prepared, but they're like not only well prepared, but like well prepared in every line and every opening. And it seems like they remember everything. So I think I still need to do a lot of work in that regard to try to improve there. Yeah, I mean, in those two last white games I had, I didn't really get real chances. So probably I need to think about my approach in general with white, because I think with black overall was pretty solid. But with white, those two games, I guess I need to figure out a way to put more pressure on my opponents. At least you can never force a win, but I don't know if I just need to be better prepared or play different openings. But yeah, overall, I'm not unsatisfied. It was all right, but just unfortunate that I had such a good chance to at least get to a playoff, and obviously I didn't quite make it.
All right, looks like some going back to the drawing board and get those lessons. Very important, of course, as you know, after every tournament. Congrats on a fine result, and better luck next time.
Thanks.
Right, very, very quick question. I mean, you were dorm mates with Wesley, and you certainly crossed swords with him at the Blitz tables. And did it ever flash through your mind that, you know, we were best of buddies at one point, and you know, we grew up together playing chess? Does that ever enter your mind? These nice memories of collegiate days?
Yeah, I guess occasionally. Yeah, I guess we've played each other so many times since then that doesn't really cross my mind that much. Also, we've been teammates in the Olympiad a few times. So yeah, I don't think about it that much. I mean, we're still friends, but obviously it's different. We're not, you know, living together like before. Yeah, I remember actually we reached the final against each other of the Millionaire Chess in 2014.
We spoke about that.
Yeah, where
150,000 at stake.
Yeah, where we were. Yeah, I think we were still roommates at Webster maybe, and actually I think also during the tournament we were roommates at the tournament. So that was, yeah, we've obviously had some good memories.
That room took home $150,000. like to have some money on that. Congratulations on a hard-fought tournament. Good luck in your career. Are you going over to Riga? Are you going to?
I'm not playing.
You're not going to go to the FIDE Swiss event?
Not this time. That was actually basically my last tournament 2 years ago. Was the Isle of Man in 2019.
Wow.
So.
All right. Thank you, Ray.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
150,000. I like
not
that
bad.
coming from the same room.
That's
you know,
not bad.
That's not bad.